Hello, welcome to Fair Lady of the Loch Tarot. Thank you for joining me. Today we will be using the Three of Swords to ask questions about the things that concern our minds and our hearts, the sorrows, the griefs, the difficulties, the challenges, what those are and how we might overcome them. And for the sake of clarity, we will be using the Celtic cross or dove and serpent layout for today. For pile number 1, we have the Universal Celtic Tarot with the raw malachite. Pile number 2, we have the Everyday Witch Tarot with the green fluorite, cubed, or however you call it. Pile number 3, we have the Steampunk Tarot with the Iceland spar and chalcopyrite. And pile number 4, we have the Rider Tarot with the blueberry fluorite. So pause the video if you need to pick your pile and or piles, and I will see you in your individual readings. If you chose pile number 1 with the Universal Celtic Tarot and the raw malachite, then this is your reading. Now, how I read tarot is I read both the definitions as well as intuitively, allowing the cards to fall where they may, reading both uprights and reversals. Regardless of your spiritual beliefs, you are welcome and respected here. And today we're doing something a little bit different that we did with the Ace of Swords, where we are doing the Celtic cross or dove and serpent, however you prefer to look at it, just to bring some clarity into the situation, because in matters of the heart and mind it can be such a rough and difficult situation. If you like this method, let me know in the comments. If you prefer the older style that I do, where I just go with the flow and the cards fall however they fall and I read them using solely my intuition without positioning, let me know what your preference is. Today they fell out, your two main situations here fell out right off the bat, so we are using them. So the middle card represents the situation, okay? And in this case we have the Death card. Now, in the tarot, death does not usually mean death. It usually just means a complete change. For example, changing from one way of living to another, one way of thinking to another, one way of believing or feeling to another. Sometimes it can mean a complete, absolute transition of one's life. And while occasionally it can actually mean death, today the situation I am getting here is the struggle. Your Three of Swords energy that brought us into this is you're struggling with the unknown aspects of this change. There are so many things you do not know or understand about what is coming, and you're struggling with that. I'm also seeing someone who has this fiery burning passion within their soul, and they are squelching it. They are pressing it down. They are repressing their true inner selves. Part of that is because of the opinions of others. Part of that is because you've had some failed relationships, or at least you perceive them as failed relationships, or the world perceives them as such, instead of seeing them as the learning tools that they actually were. Okay, everyone is on a learning journey, and we enter each other's lives with the intention of learning these different lessons that make us who we are, how we are, what we are, right? But it can jade our look at the world. It can affect our look at the world. It can affect our beliefs in things like love, right? In a brighter future. It can create fear about the unknown, perhaps even what is usually within the human psyche, just a bit beyond that. And so one of the situations we do want to avoid is that overwhelm, because that level of overwhelm, it can lead to self-detrimental behaviors, patterns of thinking, right? So the challenge here is you having rest, having faith and trust in the divine, and knowing that the sun will come out tomorrow. Okay. Some of you, this energy, you may have a mother or father wound. I'm getting here about, or cousin or brother or sister, someone in your family who did not accept you, or maybe more than someone, who didn't accept you for who you were. Always trying to turn you into someone they thought was a better version, or better represented the family, or better honored the legacy, and one of the results of that is you don't allow yourself to rest. You always feel like you have to go, go, go. You always feel like you have to do. That just simply by existing you're not enough, that you just have to continue to try and prove and strive. And every moment you're not doing something or creating something or earning money or what have you, you perceive as a moment wasted, like a moment that you didn't do what you were supposed to do. And that's not a healthy long-term mindset. You have to make the choice to accept yourself as you are. You have to make the choice to understand that rest is just as important of a part of the equation as action. Okay? And then you have to make the choice to practice daily grounding in whatever format, okay, that helps you stay in that internal state of rest even when you are doing, right? And so let's take a closer look, deep dive into this situation, okay? And with this position here, we're going to be turning over the focus card, where your focus is or where they wish your focus to be. And your focus right now is work, right? With this Eight of Pentacles, you are really focusing on working to develop yourself, to develop your skills, to create financial stability. The owl up here also speaks of you working on your own path to wisdom and knowledge and understanding and enlightenment, right? Trying to keep your distance from any sort of sneaky energies. You are putting in the work, and that is a beautiful, glorious thing. The autumnal vibes here tell me that you are currently doing this. You are currently practicing this. And that is wonderful. That is beautiful. And the fairies here floating all around let you know that you are watched over, you are guarded, protected. Okay. And you are interconnected. You see this tree here in the background. It's really giving me world tree, Yggdrasil, even family tree, ancestral line, multiple lifetimes, just a lot of really neat energies coming from this tree today. So it might behoove you to go out and ground yourself beneath a tree, leaning up against its trunk, using the roots. In the recent past, you have had some struggles with things like nightmares, negative self-talk, sleeplessness, depression, anxiety. I'm getting both sleeplessness and sleeping too much, both at the same time, which is an interesting juxtaposition. I'm also getting that some of you are struggling with the things that you can see right now. At the time that I'm reading this, we are getting closer and closer to Samhain, and the thinning of the veil, and that some of you who are a bit more sensitive to such things are seeing things that you're not really comfortable seeing. And that's just part of your gifts. It's part of who you are. And it's something that, you just need to learn to somehow be okay with, to balance in your life. Perhaps work with someone who also has those abilities and has learned to use them to the better and highest good, right? It might behoove you to look into that, okay? With possibilities, we have Seven of Cups. So in this deck, it talks about finding your purpose, okay? And I see you, some of you, finding your purpose as a guardian, as a protector, as a lover, a lot of passion, okay? A knight, so to speak, okay? Um, it's actually some really steamy energy, which I don't usually get off that card, so that's interesting. So possibilities, whether you are the guardian protector or you are going to find this guardian protector. Okay, both are possible here. Very steamy, passionate energy coming off of that today, which is quite unusual. And then in the near future, we have the Queen of Cups. So this is emotional fulfillment, abundance, emotional balance, stability, grounded in the beautiful aspects of water and earth together. This is that all-mother Gaia sort of energy, right? Now, the woman in this particular card is actually the wife of the god of the sea, okay? And she's all about, healing, and she can perform water scrying, and things like that. So some of you may have an attachment to water deities, whether Shoni, Lear, Poseidon, any of those. Njord is coming to mind at the moment as well. If not the sea, then perhaps rivers, riverways, that sort of thing. Other bodies of water, such as Danu, Boyne, Nerthus. Okay? But I am getting a strong association with the watery aspects of the All-Mother energy. And with this possibilities card representing a guardian energy and the near future representing that beautiful, emotional, abundant, feminine energy, I am seeing that you are going to have some things revealed to you about who you are, and what your purpose is on this planet. Okay? There will be some past life remembrance that occurs when you and this future person that I'm seeing here connect. Okay? You will both better understand your purpose here on earth. Things will start to make more sense to you. There's healing that is going to transpire because of this union that I'm seeing here. In the power card we have the Seven of Pentacles. So part of your power is going to be that you view the world with a childlike wonder. Okay? If this is not something you are currently practicing, then this is something that you should, because within it lies a great deal of power. Balancing the inner and outer worlds. That song, do you believe in magic? That's coming through here. They're asking you to believe in magic, okay? Like a child sees the beauty and wonder of the world, and not just all the dark and ugly, but they see the beauty and the wonder in even the smallest of things. They're asking you to do that. And with that, you will find also growth in your material sphere. Your house, your health, your wealth, okay? In the environment, we have the Four of Wands. So this is celebration, this is marriage, wedding, this is a happy house, okay? This is coming home and being safe and warm and cozy and comfy. This is holidays, celebrations, reunions. The mountains in the background remind me a little bit of the Ozarks, actually. And I'm sure they'll remind you of your own, your own mountain area. Okay, so take what resonates and leave behind what doesn't. But environment, if you don't have that environment now, they're letting you know you absolutely will. Okay, fairy mounds is coming through as well. Those of you that practice the way of the Fae folk, the Tuatha or something like that, that'll mean something to you. With the hopes and fears, we have the Ten of Cups. So this is overflowing, beautiful, emotional abundance in all of its beautiful, loving glory. Okay? This is love, desire, passion, respect, gentleness, caring, all of it wrapped into one. Okay? With good, sturdy foundational roots, and a protective canopy overhead. This beautiful, loving couple are there together in this moment, and it's enough. They have everything they need, and it is enough. And it's a union blessed by the divine. Very abundant, very fertile energy. And in the outcome position, we have the King of Wands. So you will be mastering this situation. You will be mastering your spiritual gifts. You will be mastering the passion in your life, your intuition, through seeking of knowledge, through seeking of understanding, and knowing that you are powerful, knowing that you are protected. It will give you that sturdy foundation you need to step into this glorious stage in your life of spiritual strength and understanding. Okay? Beautiful, beautiful energy. I'm very happy for you. Okay, malachite. I'm not going to hold the malachite the whole time I talk about it because it is toxic to have long term when it's raw like that, but you can see it there, okay? I'll show you what it looks like when it's polished. It works with love, harmony, and transformation, working with the higher heart and heart chakras. Malachite is a stone that can inspire real change. It helps clear energetic blockages and inspires you to abandon old patterns, making way for positive transformation. It's a protective stone, absorbing electromagnetic pollution as well as negative energy, so be sure to cleanse it regularly. Malachite can open the heart chakra, making you receptive to unconditional love. It supports a healthy relationship, one rooted in love rather than codependency or need. The stone is also thought to be beneficial for travelers, especially those journeying by plane, as it can help abate any fears about flying. Malachite helps with energy flow, bringing the body's systems into balance and boosting immunity. It's better to work with polished pieces, as raw malachite in large quantities can be toxic. For personal use, malachite can be used for visual meditation, focusing your mind on its entrancing bands and swirls, especially when it's, polished. At home, it can be displayed near television to absorb electromagnetic pollution. The same is true for your computers, laptops, phones. And at work, placed near a computer to neutralize emissions. If you have a polished piece using malachite when you are doing your heart chakra alignment, can be very powerful. Okay, so today we will pull you just a little something here. Other crystals that might be of benefit to you with the Four of Cups energy coming through, fluidity, playful, and optimistic. Okay, so that childlike wonder they were asking you, Amazonite can be of help with that. And then diamond, purity, truth, and perfection with the Ace of Cups energy. It's that new emotional beginning. And that fits well with that Four of Wands energy, that marriage energy coming through there. With a moonstone, intuition, dreams, energy, and passion, Ace of Swords. Okay, so you will be getting clarity in intuition, dreams, energy, and passion. And with labradorite, protect yourself, especially spiritually. With the Nine of Wands energy, limitless potential, and sleep soundly. And we saw that being an issue, didn't we, about sleep? So I do recommend taking labradorite. I recommend everyone take labradorite under consideration for themselves. Luck is on your side, new moon in Sagittarius. So someone here might be a Sagittarius or dealing with a Sagittarius. That came through rather strongly. You may be dealing with a Sagittarius in some sort of way. It might be in some sort of karmic lesson learning sort of way. A win-win outcome is forecast, full moon in Libra. Okay, reminder to be balanced there with that Libra balancing scales. And then you are good enough, full moon in Virgo. And this is such an important message for you, okay? You are good enough. And then for some of you that it's based on fear of the unknown, they are letting you know that nothing will come of the situation, void course of moon. The thing that you fear happening, that's not going to be what happens, okay? All right, let's get you a quick, these two actually are saying pick us, so that's what we're going to do. Spirit Owl of 852 Hertz, number 20. Someone here might have the spirit animal of an owl, and we saw that in the Eight of Pentacles card coming out. So if you have not looked at, and that is also a great horned owl in that one as well. So if you, I think it would be good for you to look up the metaphysical properties of the great horned owl. Recalibration to a higher order of divine purpose is in progress. It is not always a smooth ride, but it is safe to be fearless as you gently hold space for new ways of thinking, living, and seeing to emerge. You are encouraged to let go of opinions and belief systems that cannot support you in higher frequency states. You shall soon recognize a truth that cuts through confusion and frees you to proceed with love, peace, and higher understanding. Okay. And then with Mandala of the Heart, 528 Hertz, number 17. It might benefit you to listen to music at 528 Hertz. And both of these cards have the number in the Hertz section of 852, 528. And so those numbers in any order might mean something to you. Sometimes aspects of our life fall apart or don't go to plan. This is so they can come back together in a beautiful new way. Trust in the goodness, in the inevitable blessing of your destiny falling into place. Do not trust your fears. Put your faith in the love of your heart, and a heartfelt wish is going to manifest. Okay? A heartfelt wish is going to manifest. I hope that you found this message to be helpful. If you did, please let me know in the comments. If there was anything you felt could have been improved upon, please also let me know that. Be gentle and kind as you do so if you would. Remember, you are beautiful. You are loved always. And you've got this situation. All right? Bye. If you chose pile number 2 with the Everyday Witch Tarot and the green fluorite cubic specimen, then this is your reading. Now, how I read tarot is I read both the definitions as well as intuitively, allowing the cards to fall where they may, reading both uprights and reversals. Regardless of your spiritual beliefs, you are welcome and respected here. And today we are doing something a little bit different that we've been doing since we entered into this one wants to come out as your situation. Since we entered the swords here, we're going to do a Celtic cross or dove and serpent, depending on how you view it. Just to lend clarity to the reading, because the Three of Swords can be a really difficult and unpleasant energy. So for clarity's sake, we're just going to give each position a meaning and go from there, okay? All right, so the situation, ooh, happy families, 10 of Cups, beautiful, beautiful emotions. So, your Three of Swords situation, your sorrow situation, the thing that's bothering you, upsetting you, has to do with this. Whether it is a lack of this, a desire for this, or a concern for its stability. All right, but the 10 of Cups is beautifully abundant emotional fulfillment. Right, it is exquisite in its beauty, and it is crossed with the Sun as the challenge. Now the Sun is happiness, harmony, just joy, absolute joy in all of its stunning sunlit glory. So this is a really interesting situation here, to have the 10 of Cups and the Sun come out like this. So I'm getting that your Three of Swords situation is desire. This is what you desire. And at the time that I said that, the 222 on my phone recording thing came through. So that tells me love, desire, choices. Okay? So let's look at the focus position and Three of Swords. So you're focusing on a lack, a loss, something being absent, something that should be there not being there. Crying over spilt ink is coming through. So something that was or could have been, shoulda, woulda, coulda, is coming through. The three swords of shoulda, woulda, coulda. So regrets. I'm getting someone who has strong passion. There is an inner burning passion, but there's been heartache, there's been heartbreak, internal storms. I'm getting that you may not even trust yourself enough to make the right decision when it comes to love. Like you're afraid you're going to make the wrong decision again. You're going to mess it up again, right? Or something like that's coming through. I'm getting someone who it's blocking your creativity. That you are someone who's creative, so you're a writer, an artist, some form of creative expression, right? And this blockage within your heart chakra, this blockage within your root chakra and your sacral chakra, is causing a blockage in your creative output and in your passion for life and in life. Now, I'm not going to say what the other side just said in the same crass way that they just said it, but there is something here about not being fulfilled in bed. Okay, and I'm just going to leave it at that. But that is part of this situation we're dealing with. Okay? All right. In the possibilities, they are letting you know with the Magician card that you actually have everything within your power to fix this situation. You see this lit up heart chakra? Okay? And look at all this beautiful power coming from their hands. You are an extremely powerful individual, right? You have everything that you need. On the Fool's Journey, when the first person they encounter is the Magician, and that's who gives them the sword, the pentacle, the cup, the wand. Okay? So it really strongly indicates that you have the ability to think and reason. You know, you have the ability to change whatever material situation you might need to change so that you're not in an unfulfilling codependent relationship. You have the emotional stability, the ability to have and find emotional stability. And you're very powerful spiritually, okay? And you're great at using your intuition to help others, but maybe not so much to help yourself is coming through. And that needs to be balanced, okay? So doing a heart chakra cleansing could be of great benefit to you, and coordinating that with aligning your other chakras at the same time. I do believe you're going to have a third eye, crown, and heart opening, okay, as you go forward with that. Now, in the past, okay, red roses are coming through here with this possibilities card. Either you are going to be giving someone roses, they are going to be giving you roses, or there's something significant in your life about roses. David Austin roses is coming through at the moment. So a garden. It may be that the person that you're trying to let go of has a thing about roses. I'm not sure. There's a lot of mixed messages coming through there. So take it as it resonates and leave behind what doesn't. But in the recent past, okay, you have taken action on some material energy. So that's your health, your wealth, your household, okay? So whether you've been cleaning house, organizing, dusting, sweeping, right? Whether you have been taking action on a business idea, entrepreneurship, a new job, applying for jobs, switching jobs, there's definitely flow in your finances going on. Maybe you purchased land, or a new house or something like that. Maybe you're taking action on a new exercise routine, join a hiking club, a biking club, something like that. But you are taking, with the Knight of Pentacles, you're absolutely taking action upon that more tangible, in your recent past there. Carpentry is also coming through as a possibility there. The future, near future position holds the Empress with that beautiful power of 3 energy. This is the goddess in all of her divine, abundant, fertile, beautiful energy. Okay? She is passion and abundance and fertility. She is all things in their most feminine of glories. Okay? And it doesn't matter whether you're identify as male or female. We all have masculine and feminine energies. Okay? This is that primordial, creative, feminine energy of the universe. Okay? I'm seeing here someone who's good with animals, good with dogs, maybe cats. But in the near future, you do come into your full personal power, okay? And it is a glorious sight to behold. There's something very regal and royal about your soul and your spirit that is going to come out, and people are going to start to notice, okay? And it's going to attract the right people to you. Now, in your power position, we have the 5 of Pentacles, okay? And the 5 of Pentacles usually does revolve around someone's fears, worries, concerns, okay? But I'm getting here that there is power in the pain of your past, okay? There is power in knowing that you can and will do anything that it takes to take care of yourself and those under your care. I'm getting that some of you may be parents, okay? There's power in knowing that no matter how bad life gets, there are answers and solutions to those problems. You just have to seek them out, okay? So, in those mistakes, in those past pains, in all of those lessons learned, there is power, okay? In the environment, we have the World, okay? So you are in a transitional space. She's there on the shore, right? Between the earth and the water, between the air and the sea. She is in a transient state here. There's such power here. It's almost tongue-tying. The power emitted from this transitional space in this environment that you are in is quite extraordinary. And they're asking you to follow your intuition, okay? When it comes to where you belong, when it comes to where you are meant to call home, they're asking you to use your intuition, to choose the place, the people, the things that set your soul alight and set it free, okay? With the pineapple there, we are getting a message of hospitality being an important tenet within this new life that you... So some of you may be in tourism, some of you may travel, some of you may, wind up having an Airbnb or something. I don't know. But there does seem to be something here about hospitality. Okay, take it how it resonates and leave behind what doesn't. In the fears and hopes, we have justice. Okay, so one, it's a call to balance the light and the dark within you. All right, it's a call to balance the masculine, the feminine, the yin and the yang. I'm getting that some of you fear karmic justice. that you're afraid there's something you're not seeing that's going to come and kick you in the butt. Okay? I'm also getting that you're in mourning over something. A woman in black. In mourning or in a half state of mourning. You may have lost someone. I also see a fear of being judged. A fear of being judged if you follow your true passion. Okay? And once again, with that purple drapery, they are asking you to follow your intuition. That it's okay that you don't know what's coming. That it's okay that you don't see everything. All right? That what will be, will be. You know, que sera, sera. Okay? But you cannot let that rule you in fear. I'm getting that for some of you, age has become a fear. That passion, that desire that you want, you know, you're getting older, maybe you have a few extra pounds or gray hair or wrinkles or whatever it is that you're stressing or fretting or worrying about. And they're letting you know that you don't need to be afraid of that, okay? Don't fear your own shadows. They're part of who you are, okay? They're part of your story. You earned every single one of those scars, wrinkles, gray hairs, pounds, whatever it is that's bothering you, okay? Stretch marks, maybe acne, I don't know. I'm just getting a myriad of things that people are picking on themselves about coming through here. And they're saying don't, okay? Take care of yourself. Absolutely take care of yourself. Self-care has to be a priority for all of us. You know, we cannot give to others without taking care of ourselves, or we'll drain ourselves dry. And then we have nothing left to give, right? As you know, it's just one of those laws of the universe, how it works. But they're saying, don't fear that. Don't worry about that. There's plenty of time, okay? And whoever is meant for you, the right person that is meant for you, that will fill that empty pillow, or maybe the pillow you wish was empty beside you, they're going to love you for exactly who you are. Scars, curves, black hair, gray hair, whatever it is you're picking on yourself about, and all, okay? You know, as you get older, you get hair in all sorts of funny places. It happens to everybody. Nobody's perfect. And while the movies, the TV shows, the commercials that we all see, remember, those are airbrushed, okay? That perfection isn't real. That perfection of sight is a creation. It's a fiction. And while, yes, it can be enjoyable, it is not real life. And we cannot judge ourselves by that, okay? You know, we just can't. We deny ourselves so many beautiful passions and pleasures in life by worrying about those things. And you're not alone. You're absolutely not alone, okay? Everyone worries about those things. Everyone worries about, you know, what they look like or how they are presented to the world. Even the most beautiful, appraised, you know, someone who may be like deemed the most beautiful woman in the world or the most beautiful man in the world or what have you, that inner voice inside of them is also nitpicking apart, you know, at them, okay? So balance, all right? Balance your shadows and your light. Accept yourself as you are. Don't let your inner thoughts about yourself and how your physical shell presents you to the world block you or choke the light out of you, okay? we all have to go through that. And I am just as bad as anyone else. You know, I get on these videos and, you know, I have to not focus on all the flaws I see, right? You know, like I get on here and, you know, I see with my health issues that I've had over the years, you know, it's had me gain weight, you know, and I've lost weight and I'm continuing to lose weight, you know, and then things get, you know, a little less than how you'd like them to look, right? It happens. You know, we all age, we get gray hair. So if I were focusing on all of those things, I wouldn't be able to deliver the message, would I? Because I wouldn't be allowing Spirit to give me the intuitive messages, to give me the downloads so that I can help you, okay? And that's something that I have to work on myself in my shadow work, you know, recognizing my own beauty, right? Recognizing my inner and outer beauty, regardless of how this shell may look or be presented to the world. And I'm getting here that you're having a struggle with that is blocking you from sharing your own true self with the world. Okay? So let's set something into motion today. You know, the moment that you are seeing this message, set something into motion today, even if it's just one small thing, okay, that helps you to move past that judgment of self. Okay? To let the beautiful light of your soul shine forth. So whether that's meditation, Tai Chi, going for a walk, whether that's a home spa day, whatever it is that you need, you know, to help yourself make that little adjustment, okay, day by day. Do it. Do it now. Okay? You know, go in the mirror, and if you need to say, Fair Lady of the Loch says I'm beautiful, and by gum I am, then do that. You know, whatever it is you need to do to help to retrain your brain and your neural pathways to see you as the beautiful being that you are. Okay? Do that. All right? And then in the outcome position, we have the Eight of Pentacles. And so all the things that you have been attempting to set forth into motion for yourself, I am getting for some of you business, right? So entrepreneurial. For some of you, it may be a metaphysical business. Some of you, it could be soaps, lotions, shampoos, potions, cooking, a bakery, you know, whatever it is that speaks to you. I'm getting a cleaning business, okay? That is what you are supposed to do. All right, whatever it is that speaks to your soul, speaks to your heart, speaks to your mind, that is what you are meant to do, and you will be doing it. With this being in your outcomes position, you absolutely will be doing it. And so I see such fulfillment here, such beautiful, glorious fulfillment, okay? And part of that is accepting yourself for who you are and all of your many beauties and flaws together combined, okay? So beautiful. All right, let's look at your green fluorite specimen. This works with encouragement, harmony, and purifying, working with the throat and heart chakras. And this one's even got a little bit of rainbow there at the end. Green fluorite is a gentle healer, subtly bringing the physical and emotional bodies into balance. It helps reset the mind, quiet mental chatter, and clear a cluttered consciousness. This stone is very effective at dispelling negative energy and should be cleansed often. It emanates an energy of encouragement and support. Its strong connection with the heart chakra clears painful past emotions and radiates love, strengthening and guiding your intuition in matters of romance and relationships. Healers believe it supports the immune system and helps your body integrate the nutrients it needs. For personal use as a worry stone if you're feeling overwhelmed. At home, it can help you harmonize a challenging relationship with a family member or housemate. And at work, it can support focus in a chaotic environment. And I can personally vouch for the beautiful fluid-like flow that green fluorite can bring to your heart chakra work and cleansing. Okay, it is a really nice, pleasant, beautiful, gentle way to align your heart chakra. And I have diamond, purity, truth, and perfection with the Ace of Cups energy. Okay. So maybe a diamond, if you liked it, you should have put a ring on it, sort of energy coming through there. And then lepidolite, peace, tranquility, and restful sleep coming through with the Eight of Swords. So all of that mental chatter, all of that judgment, it's almost like inside your brain, the neural pathways have created such a strong pathway of your negative mental inside talk that it's almost become an addictive behavior. So lepidolite is a way to help try to counterbalance that, okay? Even if for no other reason than to hold it in your hand and to remind yourself not to speak to yourself like that. You wouldn't speak to another human being the way that you speak to yourself, so why do you do it to yourself? I'm just as bad, so I'm talking to myself as much as you in this moment. Your commitment is being tested, first quarter moon. So right here with the purple, it's telling me about your intuition, okay? They're asking you to commit to listen to your intuition, okay? And bring love into the situation, new moon in Aquarius. So for some of you, your Venus sign might be Aquarius, okay? And they're asking you to bring love into your situation, to trust yourself enough, to love yourself enough that you are able to allow, trust, and bring in another individual into your life as well. A personal issue reaches resolution, full moon in Cancer. So you might be a Cancer, but I am getting that the personal resolution that needs to come to a resolution is concerning a Cancer. And believe in the impossible, blue moon. Okay, believe in the impossible. Believe. I'm getting some of you, you're like, I want a certain kind of love, but I don't actually know that I believe it exists. Okay? And they're asking you to believe in the impossible. Surrender to the divine, full moon. They are going to help you. Okay? They're going to make this happen. You're going to see. Expect powerful change, new moon eclipse. Okay? You are going to see in a most glorious way that the love that you thought didn't exist does, in far greater of a way than you ever possibly could have anticipated. I am getting a message here of someone who maybe watches those TV shows or movies and see these beautiful men and women, and they're like, oh, I wish I could have that. Well, I'm here to tell you that you will. Okay? It is coming. And we have number 42, Garuda Saparna. Cultivate confidence in yourself. You have the inner spiritual power to deal wisely and effectively with any situation. Don't allow anyone to take advantage of your kind nature. Reflect upon what action feels best for you to take, and then follow through with decisiveness. Do not allow negativity to get a grip in your life. Positive energy and outcomes are indicated. All right? Positive energy and outcomes are indicated. And that definitely fits with that sun card we had there in the center of your reading. I hope that you found this message to be helpful. If you did, please let me know in the comments. If there was anything you felt could have been improved upon, please also let me know that. Be gentle and kind as you do so if you would. Remember, you are beautiful. Do not let yourself or anyone else ever tell you different. Okay? You are loved and will be loved more than you can possibly fathom in this moment. Okay? And you've got this situation. Boy, howdy, do you ever have this situation. Okay? Get it. Just go out there and get it. All right? Love you. Bye. If you picked pile number 3 with the Steampunk Tarot and the Iceland spar with chalcopyrite, then this is your reading. Now, how I read tarot is I read both the definitions as well as intuitively, allowing the cards to fall where they may, reading both uprights and reversals. Regardless of your spiritual beliefs, you are welcome and respected here. And today we are doing something a little bit different as we have entered into the swords energy. And we're using the Celtic cross or dove and serpent, depending on how you wish to call it, just to lend some clarity in these more difficult matters, okay? And if you like this format, let me know. If you prefer my more free-flowing, the cards fall as they fall, wherever they may, and I read them using pure intuition without positioning, let me know that as well, okay? So, the situation and the challenge came out together at the same time here in the middle. Flipping over, saying, pick me. So that's what we did. With the situation, we have justice. So your Three of Swords situation that drew us into this reading, it pertains to justice, karma, balance, right? Balancing the practical, material things of the world with the spiritual and intuitive things of the other world, right? They're all a part of us, around us, in us. And we must find a way to balance these things. And right now, you're at a crossroads. You're trying to choose between two paths, two ways of being, two ways of thinking, okay? And in this tarot deck she's holding in this Justice card, I see someone overcoming a great many difficulties, pains, self-entrapment, things like that, to embrace their own personal power, to find joy, courage, determination, passion. And this brings about a new financial beginning. Do you see those cards there? I know it's hard to see on this, okay? She's got her own little mini reading right there in her hand falling, okay? So that really sets the tone here. The path that you choose, you are trying to set yourself free. You are trying to find your best, highest, happiest timeline. But you have some concerns about making the right choice, right? So let's dive into that. In the focus position, oh, this card is actually in that reading that fell from her hand. Isn't that interesting? That is not a coincidence, is it? Eight of Swords, okay? So your focus is on setting yourself free, as it should be, okay? By your thoughts and judgments of others, all of these different swords that are pointed at you, right? You are going to set yourself free. That is your focus. You are determined. And I applaud that and embrace that in this reading. The possibilities card is Five of Wands, being victorious over conflict, okay? So there is an internal conflict that could be representing itself in an external way in your life, possibly around spirituality with the wands there. Could also be about passion or intuition, right? Trusting your own intuition, or a driving passionate force within you. You're with this one-eyed man here, being victorious. You're concerned once again. Are you going to make the right decision? You want to act with wisdom and knowledge. It's giving Odin vibes. Where Odin sacrificed his eye to Mimir's well, because he was always after knowledge and wisdom. He sacrificed so much for those things. And I get someone here who is very much in line with that sort of energy. You have sacrificed much, but you're tired of hurting. You want to be victorious. You've done a lot. You've worked hard. You've done a lot of shadow work. You are attempting to set yourself free from all that binds you and that should not. You are attempting to have clarity of thought. You're attempting to have spiritual understanding, to pick and choose the right path for you. And that is very admirable. But there are some stormy feelings in yourself because you're just not sure. right? And that's what's created this Three of Swords energy. It's like, I'm tired of hurting. I'm tired of having drama and chaos in my life. I want freedom. I want a peace of mind. I want balance, right? And rightly so. Okay? And in the recent past, you have gone within and you've ferreted out all of those dark corners, nooks and crannies. You've faced your shadow. If you haven't finished with this, I mean, we're never finished with it, right? But I'm getting that you're reaching a point where it's like, like Nevermore from Edgar Allan Poe's coming through. You're ready to be done. You're like, okay, it is time. It is time to step out of this rest and shadow energy. And it's time. It's time to seize my destiny. It's time to do what I am meant to do. And with the near future, it is absolutely supporting that, okay? In your near future, you will be stepping forward on a very powerful spiritual path. Very powerful. She's got her own cards flying around her as well. And one of the cards I see is celebration and marriage. Take it as it resonates and leave behind what doesn't, but you are going to be stepping into a very powerful work. Very powerful work indeed. To be quite frank, you're a bit of a metaphysical badass. And you are going to be showing it to the world. In the power position, we have the sun. So there is power in your own personal happiness and joy. Okay? When you are happy, you radiate like the sun. You radiate glorious, joyous power like that of the sun when you are happy. Okay? And there is... I'm seeing happiness and love and passion as being an integral part of that. I mean, we're all only human, right? We all have bodies that have needs and desires, and if those needs and desires aren't being met, it can affect our happiness. So there is something there about balancing your physical needs and your spiritual needs, and both benefiting the other, okay? So there is power in your joy. There is power in your happiness. There's power in your love and passion. In the environment, we have that Seven of Swords, that conflict energy that comes through again that we saw with the Five of Wands. But in this one, you are absolutely victorious. They have laid their weapons down at your feet. You have climbed that mountain, whatever metaphor works best for you, and you are victorious. Okay? That is the environment. In the hopes and fears, you both hope for and fear at the same time new love. You both hope for and fear emotional balance. You both hope for and fear the future. Right? And so that's something that needs to be accepted and worked on. Okay? Become a student of your emotions. And accept them for what they are. Okay? And if you discover that there's something there that's not healthy, then you do the work necessary, right? But the end goal is for you to stand confident and firm, knowing that everything will be okay. Regardless of how it is, it will be okay. All right? And don't fear, don't judge, and don't shirk away from new love. Whether that's romantic or platonic or love of self, okay? It does not matter. Don't fear it. Don't shirk away from it. Don't push it away energetically, because it is coming in and it is meant for your best and highest good. With the outcome, we have the moon, which usually represents unknown, but today I am seeing limitless possibilities. I am seeing absolutely limitless possibilities for your future. That literally the sky is the limit. That the expression, I love you to the moon and back, doesn't even begin to cover the depth of love that is there for you. Okay? I'm also getting that a spotlight is going to be shined on you. And that may be part of your fears, but it is also part of your destiny. Okay? You are meant to shine like a full super moon in the sky. You are meant to shine. Okay, now let's take a look at this Icelandic spar, and then we will read about pyrite. So, Icelandic spar, which is this white clear, it's a clear calcite, also known as optical calcite. It helps with clarity, insight, divination, truth, manifestation, healing, memory, intelligence. It balances all of the chakras, specifically working with the crown, soul star, and stellar gateway chakras. It's used in sunglasses, microscopes, telescopes, World War II tracking artillery. Vikings used it to navigate. It is a really multifaceted stone. And that speaks to me of just how multifaceted you are in your own power and showing people the way. Okay? It is associated with the deities of Thoth, Saraswati, Odin, Horus, and Inti. So there's that Odin energy coming through there again. Pyrite works with masculine energies, helps with empowerment, protection. It propels one forward, shields from negative energy. It is a strong manifestation tool for wealth, abundance, prosperity, and success. It helps you to reach your full potential, to use your willpower, to gain confidence, to aid in revitalization, positivity, and focus, working with the solar plexus and sacral chakras. Okay, now let us draw for you any other crystals that might be of benefit. And we have sardonyx, happiness and stability to marriage and partnerships, with the Six of Wands. Okay, and the Six of Wands is a very celebratory, exuberant energy, and it's really pulling in on that Sun card here about your joy and your happiness being such a powerful tool for you. And then we have rainbow fluorite, peace, wishes, and calming for Seven of Swords. Okay, and I'm getting that Eight of Swords energy coming through with this as well that we pulled here. So rainbow fluorite, help with that soothing, okay? And then with the Moonology, okay, we're going to take this here. Expect powerful change, okay? Expect powerful change, and that really is fitting with that moon card right there. Expect powerful change. New moon eclipse. Okay, yeah, I think that was all that they wanted from that. All right, let's pull you a White Light Oracle by Alana Fairchild. This is an excellent deck for shadow work. And we're getting Vulva of Satyr. Number 30. Okay, I have to cover her chest because of social media guidelines. Your inner spiritual power can heal circumstances in your life and our world in ways greater than you realize. Journey within to gain clarity and conscious redirection of your inner energies toward what you wish to manifest. Do not try to control what is happening. Instead, work to bring positive influence to bear, so that you may contribute constructively towards shaping the outcome for the greatest good. I'm getting that for some of you, you may benefit from studying and practicing the Norse magical practice of satyr magic. Okay? And you can look into that if you are interested. I hope that you found this to be helpful. If you did, please let me know in the comments. If there was anything you felt could have been improved upon, please also let me know that. Be gentle and kind as you do so, if you would. Remember, you are beautiful. You are loved always. And you've got this situation, okay? You will pick the right path. It will be what is meant for you, and you will soar. All right? Take care. Bye. If you picked pile number 4 with the Rider Tarot and the Blueberry Fluorite, then this is your reading. Now, how I read tarot is I read both the definitions as well as intuitively, allowing the cards to fall where they may, reading both uprights and reversals. Regardless of your spiritual beliefs, you are welcome and respected here. And today we are using the Three of Swords to draw us into questions about difficulties that you are facing at this time. Okay? And we're using a bit of a different setup since we entered into the swords. Using the Celtic cross or dove and serpent, depending on how you wish to define it. Okay? Just to lend clarity to the positioning of things when we're dealing with the difficult sword energy. Now, these cards all came out as they wanted to. So yours is going to be a very still intuitively drawn, not just a, where you shuffle and it comes out in order, right? So I am getting a message in that they're asking you to trust your intuition, okay? In whatever your situation is, they're asking you to trust your intuition, that what is meant to be will be, okay? Take that as it resonates, leave behind what doesn't. In your situation, we have the King of Cups, okay? So the thing that is causing you your Three of Swords moment, I am getting loss of a loved one for some of you, okay? But the situation is that you may be alone in some things, but you are attempting to find emotional balance, emotional equilibrium, okay, after this loss. I'm getting a Pisces energy. Take it or if it resonates. Crossing this emotional stability is Queen of Swords. Oh, well, that's interesting. Okay. So some of you may have lost someone that you loved. It might have been a spouse, or it could have been anyone that you care about. But I am getting an interesting challenge here with the Queen of Swords in that there's two messages. Okay, one is that this loss has made it difficult for you to have a balanced perspective between your thoughts and your emotions, right? But for some of you, this emotional balance or imbalance situation has been caused or inspired by a woman or feminine energy. It can be a man as well. Take it as it resonates. But with the Queen, we're dealing with someone who has pretty strong feminine energy. Who's gotten in your head. They have transformed your way of thinking and feeling, right? And for some of you, there's guilt attached to that, because for those of you that may have lost a loved one, some of you may actually still be in a relationship with someone and you're trying to find the courage to leave it. There may be children involved in that union, but you know that union isn't meant for you, okay? There's someone else on your mind and on your heart. And it may not even be someone you've met yet. It may just be that you feel their energies. You know that they're there. You can feel it. It's palpable, right? But this person, their energy for you is transformative, right? I am getting a blessed union of opposites. It's like where they're strong, you're weak, and where you're weak, they're strong, and it's like you balance each other out, right? You're compatible. You're balanced when you're together. Okay, there's something there. All right, a destined union is coming through here. And one, you don't need to feel guilty if you've lost someone and you found new love. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. And if that person really truly loved you and you had a beautiful, healthy relationship together, they would want you to find happiness again. No one who truly loved you or loves you would ever wish for you to be unhappy, right? They would want you to be happy. For those of you that are trying to find the courage to leave a relationship that does not serve you, that time is coming, okay? It is coming. Whether brought in on a storm of change or more gently transformative like the energy of a butterfly, it is coming, okay? Just act with clarity of thought and emotional balance as you go through the situation, and pray. You know, if you need help, if you need assistance, petition the spirits, the ancestors, and the divine to help you, okay? In the focus, we have a focus on stability, right? With the Knight of Pentacles, we are focusing on material stability. So that's your finances and your health and your household, okay? I'm getting here someone who is concerned about their financial stability should they leave the relationship that they're in. They're concerned about financial stability because of the loss that they suffered, and there was a downward slide in their finances because of that. But right now, the focus is on moving forward in their material sphere. Okay? I'm getting that you're trying to protect yourself, not have any more loss, and trying to find creative ways to increase your material wealth. Possibilities are new ways of thinking, right? A lot of possibilities will unfold for you with new ideas, new ways of thinking. The other side is going to gift you with some intuitive downloads, so to speak, to help you with this, okay? I'm getting finding clarity in some of the most unlikely of pursuits, say, you may be walking along the shores of Ireland or something, and you run across seaweed, and all of a sudden it sparks a new idea, right? Or it may be the Yule season, Christmas time, and you find yourself underneath mistletoe, and that mistletoe is the thing that gives you or that other person in your life the courage to speak to one another, to maybe share that kiss, share your heart and how you feel and your thoughts with each other, right? There's something here about yellow flower petals or 6 yellow flames. For some of you, that may be something on the 6th day of Hanukkah or the 6th day of Christmas. Take if it resonates, leave behind if it doesn't, okay? Something there, though, about an idea, a gift, a spark, okay? Seahorses might mean something to someone that's coming through today. Snails, cumulus clouds also coming through. With the recent past, we have the Knight of Cups. So in the recent past, this love energy has began to move. Okay, it has began to take wing, take flight, to ride forth, whichever works best for your own imagery. Okay, that whole knight in shining armor, whatever works for you, but it is moving forward. Okay, in the recent past, it set itself into motion. Love and passion is moving towards you. In the near future, we have the Queen of Wands. So this is fire, passion, intuition, courage, determination, happiness, joy. All right, and I am getting a Leo energy off of this. So that's your sun, moon, rising, Venus. Okay, definite strong Leo lion energy going on here with an emphasis on joy. I am getting a connection between your solar plexus chakra and accepting who you are, all right, and your sacral and root chakras, that passionate and even sexual grounded energy, okay, coming through in an integral foundation to your happiness. Okay, so make sure that your chakras are aligned, but especially when it comes to this love relationship, make sure that your lower three chakras here, okay, are in alignment with one another. In the power position, we have the Knight of Wands. So this is passion, fire, intuition in full speed. This is swift motion. This isn't slow and steady like the Knight of Pentacles, or flowing like the Knight of Cups. This is fiery, passionate, fast energy. All right. So there is power in taking action. And I am getting a past life connection coming through with the pyramids there in the background. Okay. This is someone that you have shared past lives with. The Ace of Wands in the environment is a new spiritual beginning. Okay. And anytime that you are dealing with soulmates, anytime that you are dealing with destined love, it does bring about a new spiritual beginning. Okay? You can't experience that level of love energy and it not transform you spiritually. That is just a given. Okay? And it's a gift. You know that energy at the end of Snow White, you know, where they sing that song, "Someday My Prince Will Come" and all that jazz, and they carries her off to the castle in the sky. There's a castle in the sky, guys. Take it as it resonates, leave behind what doesn't. But for those of you that don't believe in fairy tale endings, you are about to find out otherwise. The Hanged Man in your hopes and fears. You both hope for and fear the enlightenment and understanding. It's a bit of both. Okay? And with that, there is a definite tie between your throat chakra and your root chakra, okay, and your crown chakra. There's a blockage that needs to be cleared up for that to unfold. So I really do encourage chakra alignment practices and meditation, okay? And then for your outcome, we have the Three of Cups. This is beautiful celebration, abundance, emotional community. Just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And that power of three coming through here. It's just gorgeous. And the pumpkins with all that abundant, I mean, that's lovely. That's just lovely. You will be reaping the rewards of your emotional harvest, okay? And it is going to be extraordinary. I'm so happy for you. Blueberry fluorite works with the higher chakras, specifically the third eye, and it aids in calming, intuition, balance, protection from negative energies, clear vision, truth, integrity, and meditation. And that is a beautiful, beautiful energy. Now, I did mark in here fluorite as a general, because as you can see here in the bottom, there's a clear. And I'm not sure if that is quartz or just fluorite, at its base element. So I'm going to go ahead and read fluorite, the clear version of fluorite, just to make sure that that aspect is represented here. Balance, purification, and protection, working with the third eye and heart chakras. Fluorite is a crystal powerhouse. This stabilizing stone diminishes chaos and quiets the mind. It brings balance to the user's inner being and broadens perspective, aiding in decision-making and clarifying the path forward. It is a very cleansing mineral and can help shed adverse patterns, ward off negativity, and renew energy. Fluorite is known for illuminating suppressed feelings so that you can gently examine and resolve them. Fluorite can be used to disperse electromagnetic waves and balances the body much like it balances the mind. It's also known for stimulating the immune system and is believed to strengthen teeth and bones. For personal use, keep in your meditation area to increase concentration. At home, it can balance the energies of a space, creating a harmonious environment. And at work, it can promote focus, cooperation, and creativity. All right, let's see if there are any other crystals that might be of benefit to you on this journey of overcoming that Three of Swords energy. And we have yellow jasper, wealth, success, and wisdom, Seven of Pentacles. So that is finding joy and success in your work, okay? Aquamarine with the Queen of Cups energy, fluidity, soothing, and go with the flow. So trust your intuition when it comes to love, okay, and go with the flow. Queen of Cups is such a beautiful, emotionally balanced and stable, compassionate energy. And then with selenite in the Six of Pentacles, we have cleansing yourself and your space, okay? And with the Six of Pentacles, that's not only having enough for yourself, but enough to share with others. Okay, and so when you cleanse your space as you would do with selenite, that not only benefits you, but it benefits others around you in your space as well. And then we have the Six of Wands, happiness and stability to marriage and partnerships with sardonyx. Okay, so having spiritual balance will be an important aspect of your love and relationship balance in your life. And here we have expect powerful change, new moon eclipse. That came out in one of the other readings. I cannot remember right now which one. My apologies. But if you're drawn to any of the other readings, please do check them out. Work through your fears, new moon in Scorpio. So someone here may be a Scorpio or dealing with a Scorpio. And we have adjustments are required, third quarter moon. So when it comes to working through your fears, you do need to make mental adjustments, right? And it's time to take action, new moon in Aries. So the time to take action with this Knight of Wands that we had in your power position is supported with now. The answer is now, right? You may be in Aries, or maybe someone you're dealing with is in Aries, but we also have this, don't let your past hold you back, okay? South Node. Do not let your past hold you back. So whether that was a beautiful, loving relationship that you had and lost, or whether it was that you haven't had a beautiful, loving relationship and that is the thing that your soul longs for with all of its being, don't let that hold you back, okay? Do not let it hold you back. I'm actually getting this card here. Yesha Tsogul 333. I always say that wrong. Number 33. And this has a tiger on it, so perhaps you were born in the year of the tiger, or have the spirit animal of the tiger. I know that for you Scorpios who were born in the year of the tiger, this reading may have a particular potency to you, in Aries as well. Okay? All right. You shall overcome all obstacles. Success is imminent, so stay connected to your path no matter what, and continue to apply yourself. Allow your spiritual path to support you in all areas of your life. Live by your spiritual beliefs. Seek out the support of your spiritual brothers and sisters for help when needed, but also trust that you are intimately and directly connected to the powerful divine light within. There can be a dramatic healing breakthrough when you rely upon your spiritual connections. And we saw that with that Three of Cups in your outcome. The community is going to be very important for you. It might benefit you to look up the angel number 333. Okay? I hope that you found this message to be helpful. If you did, please let me know in the comments. If there was anything you felt could have been improved upon, please also let me know that. Be gentle and kind as you do so, if you would. Remember, you are beautiful. You are loved always. And you've got this. Okay? Trust yourself. Trust your heart and your intuition to guide you in the right way. All right? Love you. Take care.